I always feel like I have to burp as soon as you hit the thing. Hello, welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV. I'm your host, Jez, and here is what I have for you today. On my left, your right, I have a beautiful bottle of Wild Turkey 101. That's just their basically the highest strength they do. For bourbons, it is 101 proof, funny enough, right there. So 50.5% ABV. Alcohol bottle volume. Quite sure that's what it meant. Nah, fits the thing, fits the description. And on my right, your left, I have a bottle of Australia's own, because they're proud about this, Australia's own Buckley's rye whiskey, which is super cool. I was told about it the other day, so I went to my local, Dan Murphy's, and picked it up. Sorry, no, I didn't pick this one up. I ordered it online because they don't carry it in stores, and it was shipped to me. Came a few days later, super happy. I was like, gotta crack it open for this, so keen to hook in. Now, I'll do the Wild Turkey first because I know a little bit more about it and it's got a higher percentage, so we should be okay with that. So this is basically like the love child for like Wild Turkey and their master distiller Jimmy Russell. Jimmy Russell's worked there for about 60 odd years, and it's basically just been crafted by him. So this one's got like a high rye content in it, which is good. That's why I thought I'd set it up against the Buckley's rye whiskey. It's been aged to about 6 to 8 years, and it's just bottled at a higher proof, just for like a full complexity of flavour you're going to carry across there. But I'm keen to hook in. I've carried the message for Wild Turkey over a few of my videos. I'm expecting this one to be very similar to the birthday one I did of their, what was that, like the 101 Kentucky Spirit. So it's basically the same thing, but this is slightly cheaper and for general consumption. So I'm expecting about the same flavours across there. Looking at the bottle, it's rather light. It's on the lighter side. It's not the lightest thing I've drunk, but it's definitely light. Let's just get that open, aerating. Let all those delicious aromas unlock. Bit of a sniffy sniff on that. Just vanilla on the nose straight away, but it's still like American white oak, Kentucky bourbon, like as American as it gets right here. So let's see, there's not much else I can tell you about it that's on the bottle. 28 standard drinks in Australia, if it makes you feel better. Cork sealed, that makes me happy. That's about it. It looks like they didn't do the right job with the sticking down of the label there. That makes me uncomfortable. But get this one going, so bit of a sniffy sniff. So yeah, like straight on the nose, ethanol, because it's I lost some into my drink water because it's like half, like 50% alcohol. So, alright, this is gonna be fun to get down. So I didn't get much that time. I have to try again. So, you can definitely taste the spiciness from the rye there. More of like a toffee flavour as well going on, so that's pretty good. A pretty delicious drop too. With the... I'm still getting vanilla notes through as well, so that's also good. But definitely complex flavours going on there. Definitely worth the money you pay for it. I'm not sure on the price point of it.
It was about $80.
Was it about
80 or 90, I think. What does it say on the front of the bottle? On the bottom?
On the bottom,
Engraved in the glass.
bold, genuine, true.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll see if I can find how much it is. Here we go. The 101. Okay, $95 from Booze Bud. So 95 from Booze Bud. Same stuff. That might be for the litre. It looks like 700 mils from Dan Murphy's. You're looking at about $67.
There you go. Even cheaper.
Even cheaper. There you go. That appears. Yeah. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Well, while I got my phone out, there's a little bit of a story for Buckley's I need to tell you guys about. It'll give little bit of truth to it, I guess. It says online that the Buckley's Rye Whiskey... I'm like salivating, it's so good. Buckley's Rye Whiskey brings to life an incredible true story of William Buckley, the greatest Australian story ever told. Or never told. Okay, it helps if I can read it right. A convict from the Disdain Authority in 1803, he absconded from the doomed Port Phillip settlement into unforgiving bushland. His chances of survival, Buckley's, but defying all odds, he reappeared 32 years later after living among the Warathrong tribe. I probably pronounced that wrong, but you guys get the gist. William Buckley was bold and daring, just like this rye whiskey bears his name. So, this is what I'm excited about, because I haven't actually had an Australian rye whiskey. The only really Australian whiskey I've had is from Starwood themselves. So I don't have. Can I please just your nails in the thing? Here you go.
It's got a thing to undo it.
Yeah, that's I don't have any nails. I couldn't get it. I've got a little cheeky booklet that they attached off the top of the bottle there. Thank you. That's cork sealed as well. That's very good. I'll get that open, aerating. It's a good pour. So this stuff's been aged for minimum 2 years in virgin American oak cask, so treated the same way as bourbon. The problem is it's only been aged for 2 years, whereas bourbon's been aged for 4. But it's a rye whiskey, so it's running a 95% rye grain and a 5% malted barley. So it's extremely similar to the way they run the bullet rye. So they're the kind of flavors I was expecting to get. Long story short, up until Prohibition, rye whiskey was 80% of the spirit made in the US. and it was originally the base spirit for many cocktails. That's why, like, old fashions, your Manhattans, the Sazerac, the Brooklyn, and the Belvedere, or Belvedere. I'm gonna say Belvedere. That's what I'm gonna stick with. Tasted so good because you got all those spices from the rye grain there, a little bit of heat, delicious stuff. Rye whiskies was the first whiskey drunk in Australia. It was brought here on a trading ship called the Hope by Benjamin Page in 1792. Whether that was the first, or this is what these guys have put down, I don't know. This is the only information I have. So, going with that, I'm keen to hook in. It's 22 standard drinks per bottle. So, sorry?
A bit lighter than the Wild Turkey.
Yeah, it's slightly lighter, but
from where I'm sitting.
Yeah, it's okay. So you can expect that to be slightly lighter due to they only age it for about 2 years. But if they're treating it, see, it's from Drummoyne in New South Wales. There you go. So your difference, they're basically on par.
Okay.
So, which is interesting because, you know, this is 6 to 8 years in bourbon, say, like bourbon barrels. And this is basically the same thing. So Virgin American White Oak. Excuse me. But I'm expecting with the Australian climate, like Starwood distill their spirits. They bottle their spirits after 2 years. So it must be the Australian climate and the way it reacts with the barrels and that, where it'll age your whiskey as fast as what it will something that's been around for like 8 years. So, but anyway, I'm keen to hook in because nothing beats a classic Australian rye. So, before I've even tried, so like just getting a good sniffy sniff on that, it just reminds me of opening the rick house in the Stitzer Weller facility in Bullet, and you just get all those delicious flavours. But yeah, it smells like a rye, so just straight up you're getting that spiciness from it. Let's give it a good old taste. So it's not as harsh, because that's 40% still, but it's not. See, being 10% less, you know, you'd expect it to be close, but unfortunately, it's not that close. It's kind of like water for me. I'm getting. There's that. There's all the spices there of a rye, but you know, there's not that burn. But that's the difference between aging a spirit for such a little amount of time. So yeah. You got vanilla notes there. Tasting. See a little bit of it. Caramel there as well. All in all, delicious, but the flavours are rather fleeting. They're not hanging around as long as what you'd see with a higher rye. So, or as high rye. Would I pick it up again? I don't know. Probably not. For $80 a bottle, you're better off dropping like $78 on this puppy than what you are on this. But to support the Australian market, I picked up one of these. Like a proof's in the pudding. So, you know, guys, thank you for watching this video. I actually didn't take a drink of this. Yeah, thank you all for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, slide into my DMs. I reply to everyone. So thank you all for watching. Stay thirsty, Australia.